for quite some time. I've been doing all my streaming over Nintendo Switch and a little bit of PC and some retro stuff, but I haven't done a stream of my PlayStation 4. So I'm hoping it really works. It seems to be showing up on the YouTubes as working, but yeah, let's see how we go with this, because we are playing a game that I've been looking forward to all year tonight. It's called Port Royale 4. It has been a long while since the last Port Royale that came out on the PlayStation 3, as far as consoles go, quite a while ago, and yeah, it's a strategy simulation kind of mix of things, and I'm just hoping I'm hoping the broadcast works. So we'll give people a moment or two to jump on if they want to say hello or whatever. It is a Friday night, so you know people may or may not be around. But once we give people a moment or two, we'll jump on. Hello, Diddy Ram. Can you hear me okay? I haven't done a PlayStation stream for a while, so I'm not sure if my setup was okay. If it is, well, I guess if you can hear me okay, just shout out. If you can't, I guess I won't hear back from you, and I'll just have to fiddle around with things a little bit more. You say you like fan service, but your games don't have sex scenes. Ha ha ha, they do actually. They do, Diddy, they do. Makes you feel like the main character across that. What is it? The music's too loud? My voice is too muffled? I can move a little bit closer to the microphone, which I've got set up. Hopefully, it's the same microphone I use as the other streams, but I'll mess around with the settings a little bit too. I'll drop the sound a little bit further. I would hate to... Here we go. Alright, so I've dropped the sound down a little bit more. Cool, well, I'm glad. So, I don't know if you've played a Port Royale game before, but I'm very much looking forward to showing people off this. Like I said, the last Port Royale was on the PlayStation 3 as far as consoles were concerned, so it's been a while back. It is basically like this mix of city builder, trading sim, and a strategy game set in the Caribbean during the, I guess, the colonial era. So you play as one of the colonial powers, England, Spain, the Netherlands, or which the other one? France. And you basically need to build up your little tropical island so you can send resources back to mainland Europe. It's all very unpleasant historically, but they've made it into an interesting video game. So what we'll do tonight is play through some of the campaign, I believe we'll do, and we'll see how we go with it. You're only going to see a fraction of what's in this game. I went through the tutorials in the lead up to this video, and it was like an hour and a half of tutorials to work through. So there's a lot to this game, and we're not going to get through all of it tonight. And for people who then go and look for it on the PlayStation 4, it's not out just yet. It comes out in about a week, but I've been able to do a stream ahead of time, so that's what I'm doing. How beneficial is genocide against the natives? Well, you can't do that. It does paper over the historical reality a little bit, unfortunately. It would be nice if these games kind of dealt with that just on a social, political thing, but you know, they're not going to do that. Hello, Britta. Welcome to the stream. I don't know if you played the previous Port Royale. I think I have a vague memory that many years ago we talked about Port Royale briefly. I think I was talking up the PlayStation 3 version of it, so I don't know if you've played it or not, but I think you should definitely look forward to this. I think this will be something you'll get a lot of value out of. So let's jump into it. We've got people on the stream. Let's stop talking and actually get into this game thing. Campaign. So there are I have not played any of this before, so this is all new to me, and I'm going to be discovering it at the same time as you all. So here we go. You've got the 4 colonial powers here. You can play as Spain, which is obviously they've colonized the mainland, Central America and South America. The French are powerful up in the south of the USA, what is today the USA. the Netherlands have some of those islands there, and England has a lot of the Caribbean islands themselves. So, who shall we play as? Who shall we play as? I'm thinking Netherlands. Let's go with the Netherlands, shall we? Oh, hang on. Complete Spain's campaign first, so I have to do Spain first. I guess that makes sense. They're probably the powerful one. In terms of numbers, look at all those little cities they control. Okay, so you can choose the type of... Sorry about that car just driving past nice and loud. So you can choose what type of character you want to play as. Let's play as a merchant, I think. Yeah, we'll do a merchant, because I don't like to do the warfare bit. I don't want to hunt down pirates, I just want to trade things and make money. I don't think I did that, unfortunately, did I? I'm sorry. Next time. So we've got a cutscene here. I can't hear any of it because I've turned the sound right down. I assume that you won't be able to either. But it's very pretty. Nice little art style, the Impressionist style. But we'll skip past it because I can't tune in. So didn't realise there was a story mode in this thing. Yeah, that sound that you heard was my fan going off. For whatever reason, once the game loads in, the fan goes a little bit ballistic for a while, but then it quietens down. It should be quiet now. I think it's just an initial loading. Because, I mean, if you look at it, if you look at the whole map, it's obviously huge, so they've got the console has to render a lot, and I think that's what's causing it. There is meant to be a Nintendo Switch version of this coming, and I have no idea how the Switch is actually going to handle this, because, as you can see, it's quite big, and the fan went ballistic, so it might be one of those games that melts your hands if you're trying to play the Switch in handheld mode. But anyway, so, we'll go into the journal, we'll have a look at what our objectives are, shall we? So, deliver 1,000 commodities from producing towns to other towns, and we need to get the satisfaction of our hometown in Seville up to 90%. We need to make the peoples happy, and we need to deliver an awful lot of materials. Okay, we can do that. So, where is Seville? I've lost it. Where did... I'm about to display my complete lack of geography knowledge from back here then. Where's Seville, peoples? Where will it be on the map? Ah, there we go. Alright, so here's what we start with here is the boats with the blue are our boats, and here is the town. You can get a nice close-up view of the town. It's all very pretty. It's a very pretty game. I love the water. Look at the water. It's gorgeous water. So, what we need to do first up is get one of our boats trading. So we'll jump into here. This is the town. There's heaps of stats to work through, of course. So Seville produces 4 different types of goods. It produces beer. It produces fruit. It produces rope. And it produces tobacco. And I need to trade those things. So to trade those things, I jump into the what do I do? Town square? No. I select one of my boats. There we go. This convoy, you can actually build up the convoy so they have multiple boats in them. At the moment, I've only got the one boat. We jump into... Where's the... There we go. So here's the trading menu. I'm getting there. This is still new for me as well. So I'm learning as I go. I'm learning how to talk about the game as I go as well. So here's all the things that the city produces. Where there's a green bar, it's producing more. So it has a... It's not a surplus of stock until it gets to 4 bars, but it means that it has access to that resource. Where it's all red, it means it has a demand for that resource. So at the moment, as you can see, there's an excess of tobacco, which is fine. We'll buy up some tobacco. So the first thing you'll do in this game is get to going with the trading. So we'll buy up the tobacco. While we're here, we may as well also buy some beer. Now if we buy too much, you can see the amount of resources that it has access to drops. So we'll buy that beer. We'll make sure that they've got enough of their stuff for their needs as well, the town. Keep them happy. Hello, Mr. Finger Blaster. No, this is not beta. This is the review version of it. There is a day 1 patch that will come. So this is the pre-patched version, so if there's some slight bugs or whatever, then you can assume that the patch will fix it up. But this is the full release. Alright, so I've gone and bought a bunch of resources. You spend money to make money by selling it to people who need it more. That's right, this is Capitalism Simulator. As you probably guessed, it was always going to do that. So, what we need to do now is find a town that needs those resources. So, if we turn the camera around, here we go. What do they have? They need all of those resources because what they're producing is different. So let's do that. Let's send them back. So just by pressing that single button, I have now sent the boat. Now the boat's going to do his long journey. Oh, there's a storm over there. That's impressive. Look at that. Don't run into the storm. I think she should be okay. So the boat's going across the water. This game has a really interesting speed up time thing. Usually with simulation games you speed the time clock up by pressing a button or whatever, but actually time speeds up the further you zoom out. So by doing that, I've put the thing in fast motion, but as I zoom in, actually time slows down. So it's just interesting that the camera is actually linked to how fast the game moves. Right now it's very slow because I've got myself nice and zoomed in. But it's all very pretty. That's my first impression of this game. It's very pretty. I remember the last one on the PlayStation 3 being quite attractive as well. But this one, it does show that it's a current gen game. So again, I guess I'm interested to see how that Nintendo Switch version turns out. In theory, the Switch version would be the one that I want to go with, because this is the kind of game that you do want to play on the go, but it'd be really interesting to see how the console handles the processing. Anyway, so we'll just speed things up a little bit. And the boat is about to come into town. What I do not dislike it, I like it a lot. I really like this game so far. I mean, I really like the predecessor, and so far this seems to be an extension on what the last game was. So my initial impressions are very strong. I should mention that I can't actually do a review right now. I can only stream it. So you have to wait to my review you have to wait for the review embargo to lift early next week for me to review it. Okay, so the boat has anchored, and now I can jump into the town, and as you can see, the numbers on the right there are what the convoy has. Now, as you can see, I bought the fruit at 64 as an average price. That's the furthest icon there. They are willing to buy it from me for 108. So if I sell it, I'll make some profits. Oops, I don't want to buy. I want to sell. I can't believe you actually read that review. That's an old review. That's a blast from the past. I don't even remember what I wrote about that. It's been ages since I played Blood Rain. I really enjoyed the side-scroller from memory. It was a way forward game. So, as you can see, by selling that, I'm going to make some good profit there. And the same goes for here. They're going to buy the beer for 181 price per unit, and I only paid 108 per unit for that, so I'll make some good healthy profit out of that. Although the price does drop, because as their stock levels in the town goes up, the demand for it drops. So you need to balance it out, obviously, how much you want to sell versus how much they need. Anyway, I'll just sell that there. Look at that. They're desperate for rope. They're going to pay 324 when I only paid 194 for it. So that's pretty good. Get some profits. And not much there, but I will sell it anyway. Oh, they don't need that much. Because you can see that if I oversupply, then my price drops. So let's just sell that much. Right. Now I need to buy some to take it back. Now they produce textiles, which is good. Let's buy 40 units of textiles. They sell cotton. Let's buy up some cotton. Buy 60 units of cotton, I think. And what else were we... Ooh. Whatever that is. We'll buy some of it. So the little cog at the far left of the screen, that's something that city actually produces. Now, what else can we do here? If they've got a shipyard, we can repair the ship, because the ships get damaged as they travel. So there's no boats to buy here at the moment, so I won't be able to buy. Alright, so anyway, we'll send them back. Send them back across the ocean. Back to Seville. Oh, convoy's being repaired. Fine. While we're here, we'll do the next thing, which is pretty useful, because otherwise you have to manually manage every single one of these. So what we're going to do is we're going to select this one. It has 2 ships on it. And what we're going to do, if I can remember how, is we are going to set up a trade route. So this is where a lot of the, I guess, the strategy of the game is involved, at least in terms of the trading. What you need to do is account for how winds work and stuff. So to describe this, the white describes where the wind generally blows. So if you fight against the wind, obviously your ships travel slower. The red indicates places where there are storms frequently. You can see one right there. So you don't want to send your ship through those. And the spots where there's no lines at all traveling are dead zones where there's not much wind at all. So the boats go really slowly through those. So you want to avoid those as much as possible. And you want to hook these cities up. So we'll hook up Seville. And as you can see, it makes sense to... It makes sense to travel down this way, but then coming back will be a problem. But anyway, I will do that. So we'll go there, we'll go there, and we'll go to there. We'll go as far as there. So that shows you the trade route. That's the path that the boats will take. So next thing is... Oops. Okay, edit route again. So the next thing we want to do is figure out what they're going to trade and sell and whatever as they go along. This is where you need to manage things. So, as you remember, this town produces fruit. So I've set it to buy fruit. The convoy will pick up fruit in this town. It will also pick up tobacco. And then, so this town doesn't need tobacco, they're already producing it. They do, however, produce that, which I want them to buy. That's iron, I think, or bronze. And as you can see, this town needs fruit. So if I turn that on to sell, the boat will sell, or the convoy will sell the fruit that it just picked up in the previous town. And we might as well buy some iron there as well. Okay. So next town down, they need iron, so we might as well sell them the iron. Sell. And they need tobacco. So we had tobacco from the first city. Sell. What do they produce? They produce that, whatever that is. Corn, I think. They produce corn and wheat. So we'll buy those up. And then in the final city that we're stopping off at, we will sell off that. We will sell off that. Now this is all just very, very rough, and I have no idea if I've gone and unbalanced things, but you're able to tell that later on by this. These are just general directions that you give the convoy to take anyway. The convoy still works with some smarts anyway, so it won't buy things that are too expensive, and it will sell off stock as it goes along as well. Alright, so with all of that done, the next task I need to do, now how do I do that, is I need to give that task to assign route. Yep. No. No. Yes, sorry, that is the one I wanted to assign. Ha! Go back into trade routes. I'd already set. So I assigned that route, and I've just disabled it. Yeah. Right. I've now enabled that route. So if I've done that right, this boat should pick up this boat. There we go. And he's on his way. So the interface is a little bit clumsy, I guess, at least at first, simply because this is a PC game. Originally it was obviously built for PC, so trying to get the user interface to work is a little bit of a challenge, I guess. But once you get the hang of it, as you can see, I've now got those boats cruising along, picking up goods and trading. Now what happened to my other boat? I did have another boat, did I not? As if I could pre-order PlayStation 5s. I wish I could. I don't have a PlayStation 5, unfortunately, for me. Anyone wants to buy one for me, I'd be most appreciative. I want to play Demon Souls. What happened to my first boat? I only sent it over here, did I not? Why is he? Oh, but that's because he was getting repaired. Right. Now he should be repaired. There we go. Now he's on the way back as well. Cool. So, while we're here, let's stock this boat up as well. Buy up all the fruits. And buy up some beer. And I'm going to send that one over this way, I think. Yeah. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Alright, so we're making progress now. We are making progress. I have a couple of trade routes in action. I've got some boats sailing around the place. I'm about to drop into here, do some trading. So trading is only the first part of what you actually do in this game. Later on you actually do need to build up the towns as well. You're responsible for developing the city. And you also end up having to fight pirates. You can get involved in the wars between the various powers as well. So you do have plenty of things to manage through this game. The combat system is this tactical. I probably won't get a chance to do it tonight because I'm still learning the ropes and the combat comes in later on. But the combat system has this tactics turn-based thing, which is really neat. I quite enjoy it from the tutorial that I did earlier. Okay, now I'll send him back. So I'm getting the trading done. It's all the basic, you know, buy low, sell high stuff. Alright, so we'll sell those resources in town. Whatever the resources my little boat had. Here we go. I had some of that stuff. Make good profit from that. He had some of that. Textiles. Oops, don't want to sell too much of that. Lose money. And tobacco. I don't need to sell tobacco, do I? So, as you can see, my ship is now carrying excess stock. I wonder if I can buy a boat in here. I can. There's a merchant vessel available. I can buy that if I want. $25,000 gold pieces. But I'll do that. I buy it. Buy it. Okay, I bought it. So once you buy the ship, you can add, I've got a trophy for that, you can add the ship to the convoy, and now it has 2 ships in there. So it can carry more stuff and travel more. I'll buy more fruits. Oh, I don't want to buy all the fruits. Just enough to trade. Running out of things I can buy to trade. Tapping my town out of goods. Yeah, I don't think they do figure manufacture. I don't think they do figure manufacture at this stage, but they should. They absolutely should. I agree with you. They should do like a modern version of this. What's that? Oh, I don't need that stuff. Okay. So, where should I take that ship? Where's somebody, somewhere new? Let's send them on a long trip. Yeah. We'll send them over there, because there's coffee beans over there, which I can buy. You can see that little icon there. Those are the things that that town produces. The coffee bean one is the winner there. So this ship is back. Okay, there we go. So, a funny shaped leaf. Get some good price for that, and some kind of ore. Treasure. I don't know what that is. Demand for that is not very high, so I won't get much. Won't get to sell many of those, and that's it. Well, since that boat didn't sell that much, I might as well send that boat on a trip a bit further. We'll send them to Havana and trade the rest there. So we are starting to make progress. Showing you all the features of the game. There's a storm going on over there. Alright, let's see if I can I do town building here? Ah, hang on. Oops. Town building. We can do town building. Construct. So here's all the buildings that we can make. These are non-production buildings that you can put in. So you're talking about things like inns, housing, taverns, places where people chill out. So like I said, this game has a full kind of city building mechanic in there as well. These are all the production buildings that you can throw in. Each town can make 7 different types of goods. But I think what we want to do is probably put a hospital in, I think. Right now. That's expensive. What I'm doing for the welfare of my peoples. But yes, I will put a hospital in. I will put it somewhere nice and central so everybody can get to it if they need to. There we go. And just like that, we now have a hospital. While I'm here, I will also put in some more residential so I can encourage some more people to come visit. Or come live and work in town. They care about where they live because if they live too close to the farms, they don't like the smell and the noise, so it drops the value of the property. So you do need to consider all these things. But there we go. Now that red icon that you see there just means that I don't have people working in there just yet. I've got to encourage people to move into the city, which means they need to enjoy living here first. So I hope I'm making it clear the various elements of the game from the outset. Like I said, I hadn't played this before tonight, so I wasn't sure how I was going to get along with describing what I'm doing and how to play as you go, but it is interesting, I think. And it's very pretty. Especially those storms on the ocean. So that's the boat that I had, the convoy that I had that was automatically doing its thing, buying up commodities and selling them as it went along. So it's dropping into the last port that I set for the route, and then it'll make its way all the way back to the start and keep going. Obviously you can't manually manage too many different convoys at once, so having that automated shipping routes system in place is pretty handy. Alright, let's see how we're going with this in terms of meeting our objectives. So, deliver 1,000 commodities from producing towns to other towns. So far we've done about 1/3 of that. This is the first mission in the story mode. There is of course also an open-ended free mode where you can, a sandbox mode where you're not given those kinds of objectives to play if you want. So the other problem is that I need to get my satisfaction in my town up. At the moment it's only 84.4%, needs to get to 90%. To do that I need to get a lot of different kind of goods into the city. Oh. I just had one of my boats reach. There we go. There's a little ding sound to tell you when a boat's reached its destination. So, Tella. There's an awful lot of data. I get a feeling that once you get really into this, and especially perhaps if you play on the higher difficulty settings, you will have to manage an awful lot, which is good. The last Port Royale, on the one on the PS3, was not the most complex game. It was fine, but this one does seem to be a little bit heavier on the data. Meat. Let's buy up some barrels of meat, because the capital, the home city, doesn't actually have any meat. Ooh, look at all that coffee. They have a massive excess of coffee, so I can buy up coffee nice and cheap. And the several actually wanted a lot of coffee, so I just purchased a lot of coffee, 80 barrels of coffee, or in other words, about 2 days worth of coffee for me. I'm such a coffee drinker. Okay, we'll send that boat back, and the other boat was in Havana. Yes, they're having a good chill out session in Cuba. Let's sell goods here too. Let's make some money. So Havana. Oops, don't want to sell too cheap. Yep, get rid of that. Good. They don't have any of this. Porcelain, I think it is. Get some good profit out of porcelain, and I think that's jewelry, treasure. I don't know. Make some good profit there too. Alright, so what does Havana produce that we can bring back? More meat, rope, brick. Wheat. Wheat is a pretty important staple, I would say. So we might bring back quite a bit of that. And might as well bring back some clay brick, since there's plenty of that being produced. Alright, and send them back too. So I've been a big fan of these kinds of trading sims. There was a game, and it's one of the most obscure games I think that was ever released on the GBA. It was called Sea Trader: Rise of Taipan, and I got really into Sea Trader. I really loved that game, and it was a very simple simulation. It was just literally buy low, sell high, and I spent many hours playing that game. If you ever get a chance to play it, I do recommend it. It's very light and charming and very entertaining. But since then, I've been very much into these kind of trading games, and spend a lot of time playing them wherever I can. It's a genre that doesn't get done too much. You don't see too many of them, but I like them when they're done well. And this series has always been done, pretty well. It's just been a long time between drinks. So anyway, now that I've got through my initial confusion working out how to play this game on a stream, thanks for everybody for patience with me as I fiddle around. What's everybody been playing this week? What is everybody playing this weekend? Diddy, what is on your agenda? You playing a visual novel this weekend? I hope it's Quantum Suicide, if so. The Aussie developed visual novel, very good game, highly recommended. I'll be talking that one up for quite some time yet. Sell the wheat. Look at that. Good profits. Sell the brick. Alright, what I might do is put the boat in to get repaired now. Yeah, it needs a repair. Yeah, there we go. I'll take a couple of seconds. It's funny, before this came in, I was actually going to stream I was going to stream Moira Crystal H tonight, because it was DDNet After Dark, and I haven't played a fan servicey game on the stream for quite some time, but yeah, I probably should. I should play it afterwards. I might do that. I might do a 2-stream night tonight. I'm in a good mood, so I might do that if people want to hang around and see me play Moiro Crystal H. That game's perverse in the most extreme sense of the word. So let's sell that coffee back, because I bought a bunch of coffee, a lot of coffee, just in that other town. Sell back the rope. Ah, the meat. Yes, the meat. Will I play a game? Yes, I will play a game. You will find... I think you'll find Moiro Crystal H amusing, Divi. I think. There we go. Let's see how... Oh no, they've already got coffee. Well, that was a waste. For some reason, they don't produce coffee, but they've already got plenty of coffee here. I went and bought all that coffee for nothing. That's right. I'll buy up some tobacco, and I'll go looking somewhere else to sell this coffee off. Goods don't spoil, I don't think. Or if they do, they spoil slowly, so I've got plenty of time to offload stuff. Oh, let's go to Trinidad. Yeah. Oh no, they already produce coffee. I want to flog off my coffee. Everywhere produces coffee in this place. Let's go there. So you can see the other military ships that float around. They represent Spain. You know, as I start to explore further, I'll run into other nations up here. That's where the Netherlands are hanging out. This is where the English are, all over here. So you do get to enjoy the political environment of the time by playing this game. It's a good question. Yeah, you'd think the nations that were producing the coffee would be the ones that would be the most, how shall you say, active. But it doesn't seem to be that way. Everybody's producing coffee, and then look how slow the boats are moving. Alright, so let's trade, see if we can get offload some of this coffee here, shall we? They sell wood. That's good. Where's my coffee grounds? They don't really want coffee either. Nobody wants my coffee. Nobody wants what I'm selling. Look at that. They want like 1 unit of coffee. Fine, I'll sell you 1 unit of coffee. Do they want... They don't want tobacco either. Oh no, that's because I already knew they were producing tobacco. Fine, let's keep loading up. Let's buy a whole bunch of wood here. I'm still in a pretty healthy financial position here right now. $77,000 gold in the coffers. I tell you what, if this does work on Switch, I'll be very, very happy indeed, because on the Switch there is also Railway Empire, which is also published by Calypso. They're both Calypso properties. Railway Empire is excellent as well, and I have a great deal of fun with that too. So being able to build trade networks via boat and build up cities via trains, I'm very happy about this. I love my city builders and simulations. Switch is the best console for people who don't have PlayStation 5s like me. What's the star mean? I don't know what the star means. It's like a dude on the chilling out. What's the star mean? Yo, what's the star mean? I don't know. Looked like some dude chilling out on the beach. Maybe it's just a person's gone on holiday. What was I doing? Might as well buy up some more stuff. Yeah, they're very different games. Moero is nothing like is nothing like Flowers. I'll just fill up some of this. Don't need that much cotton apparently. All right, let's send my boat somewhere very far away. What about down here? Yeah, why not? Long trip there for the boat, but he'll make it. So once again, I have to emphasize for people watching this stream or on playback later on, this is only the first part of the game. There is also a lot of city building stuff you need to do. There is also battles. You can fight pirates. You need to deal with your growing fame. There are rivals that you need to deal with as well. So, oh look, there's a Netherlands boat coming into the port right here. So this is just a first look. This is just the first part of the game. It's the trading. It's not the whole experience. I want to make that quite clear. As enjoyable as the trading is, I don't want people thinking that this is the extent of it, because it's not. There's more. Seduction mechanics. Yeah, I don't know if that. I don't think I know if that's properly termed. I wouldn't say it's exactly seduction. Sugar. Everybody needs some sugar. Going cheap. Buy lots of sugar. What can I offload here? Do they want my coffee beans? Is this the one that has... They don't need coffee either. They've got an excess of coffee. Nobody needs my coffee. I went to all that effort to invest in the coffee and nobody wants it. It's good stuff. It's good coffee. At least I can sell off the... There we go. Ooh. Nobody needs my coffee. I think that's just about it from here. Head on back to Seville, I guess. I know I need to finish Flowers. I will find the time. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I got a little bit distracted because another visual novel came in that I have to do for a review. I can't say which, I don't think. I think the embargo conditions prevent me from saying the exact name of it. But let's just say it's related to the Steins Gate series. That's probably giving it away too much, but anyway. I do like my Steins Gate, so I was always going to check that out. I can neither confirm nor deny that. So how are we going with our little objectives here, shall we? Oh, my satisfaction is close to, look at that, 89.2%. I just need to get a couple more goods into town. And also nearly met the objective for exporting, 757 of 1,000. 1 quarter to go. So I'm getting there. I'm making progress. This is fun. Alright, well, let's sell some timber. Not that they need much. 2 units of, what a waste. They do need sugar, yes. The people of Seville are missing their sugar. They want their Cokes and Fantas. There we go. Make some good money out of that. Don't need beer because they produce beer. What else do we have? Well, demand for coffee has risen a little bit, not much. 5 more units of coffee. Conquer the whole Caribbean and transfer it into a new society. No, I don't know. I don't know what the end game is. With the previous one, I think it was just you wanted to have your biggest, the biggest trading empire in the Caribbean. But I like the idea of having a nudist colony. That would be a good objective if you ask me. Load up on beer. And grab some more bananas. We're going somewhere else with this boat this time. Okay. Where will we go this time? Let's go deep. There we go, over there. And I love how smoothly it zooms in. I like how close you can get into the action. I really like the kind of the on-the-ground look with simulation games. This one has a really nice one. It's all very exotic, of course. It's pretty. It's pretty is the thing. So what can we sell off here? Oh, they do want rope. Oh, hang on. Need to highlight that. He's docked. There we go. Alright. Oh good, I can get rid of those. It's not anime, no. It's definitely not anime. It'd be great to have... I think I can't remember who I was having a conversation with on Twitter earlier this week, but having an anime city builder would be great. I don't know why nobody's actually tried to do that yet. That would be so cool. I really... Oh, that's sweets. That's like tarts and stuff. You can buy tarts. Well, that'll get my city people happy, because who doesn't like a nice fruit tart? It's not lemon, it's berries, but, you know, it's still good. Look how much that's costing me. 50 units of the tarts for $16,000. Pay it. Tarts. Ooh. I sell tarts. I do indeed sell tarts. There we go. So the town is happy. That's the point. The satisfaction rate got to 90%, so everybody's happy in this town. 90% of the population love me, so I'm obviously doing something right. The next objective is to just keep shipping goods around, so I'm getting there with that. That won't take me too much longer, and I will have finished the first mission. And so, as I mentioned, I will have a full review up of this on digitaldownloader.net once embargo lifts. I'm really looking forward to writing this review. I'm really enjoying this. It's pretty. It's sending my PlayStation 4 fan into overdrive, but I'll zoom in to save the PlayStation hardware. It's very pretty. It's entertaining. The trading stuff is not overly complex, but there is enough to it that you need to think about what you're doing. And I haven't even got into the city building stuff and the military stuff yet. So feels like there's going to be a lot to this once I get into it. While I'm here, I might as well build something, just for the heck of it, just to show people again. I did build something a little bit earlier, but let's get a tourism industry going. What's it do? Ah, okay. So once you build an inn, it actually encourages more job seekers. I don't know how that works, but tourists. Let's do that. There we go. And so just like that, it cost me a lot of money, but I built an inn. Oh, that's a nice inn. Look at that. What a nice little place to chill. Right on the beach. Get a tourism industry going. Do you think that adding Christina from Stainsgate as a desk... Yeah, that's an interesting... I mean, they're not going to add Stainsgate characters to Dead or Alive, but it is an interesting question what they will do with Dead or Alive with the series, because obviously Dead or Alive 6 didn't do what I think Koei Tecmo wanted it to do. So do they try to do a PlayStation 5 port of Dead or Alive 6? Because no doubt they had that in the plans at some stage. But do they try and do that, or do they do a new one. I still reckon they should do a Dead or Alive that's not a fighting game. I still think they should do a Dead or Alive, you know, action game thing, starring Murray Rose, of course, because she's the best. Look at how pretty this is. Makes me want to go and join a ship. Be an explorer. Deal with scurvy. Blood Rain Dead or Alive crossover. Oh, hang on, it goes slow when I do that, doesn't it? I want to speed things up. Now he's going fast. Zipping across. I didn't realise that. The only thing that this boat is carrying is my 50 tarts. That's it. Special cargo. Really special cargo here. Alright. Drop on in. Alright, let's see what we can get from those tarts, shall we? What can we sell them for? A fortune, I hope. A huge fortune. Oh, look at that. I paid an average price of $328 per tart, and I'm going to get $650 back per tart. That is a good deal.
On your work rests the blessing of the Lord. You should now start the production of basic commodities to ensure the supply in your region.
Right. And as you'll see, based on that, I actually completed the first round of objectives. So now I've moved on to the next set, which involves owning businesses for the production of wood. This is where you actually have to start to build up the town. So the first part of the story mode, the kind of the organized version of the game, the first part is about doing the sea trading. The second part is about building up the city. But we're going to put a hold on the stream here. So I've just introduced you to Port Royale 4. I hope you enjoy it. Stay tuned for our full review on digitally-downloaded.net soon enough. But do hang around if you'd like to see me play something else. I'm going to put on Moiro Crystal H so you can see something a bit fan servicey as well. So give me 5 or so minutes and I'll be back with that. If not, if you're off to sleep or do whatever else you have to do in your day, thanks very much for tuning into the stream. I hope it was enjoyable. Have a great weekend playing lots of video games, and we will see you next week.